so tell me about your book. What's the story about?
So the story is about a young lady who wants to get out of her comfort zone and find out what life is like. She already has a job and good family support, but it's not enough. She wants to find out what her life's like.
And what was your inspiration for that?
So my inspiration was about 35 years ago in college. Two friends and I wrote a book. Didn't do very well. Didn't do very much at all. We wrote it for a science fiction contest. So what I did is 30 years later, took the characters' children and made them into a story because I had a story.
And how were you able to practice?
So I think that the most important thing to write a story is to have influences from around. If you feel a very strong emotion, it's a great time to write a scene about that particular emotion. Also, what I like to do is ask people how would they respond to certain situations so that we have actually real responses from people. I mean, I don't know how most men think, so the easiest thing for me to do is to ask my male friends, hey, how would you handle this situation? Same thing with female characters. You know, I'm one age right now, but I can ask people the ages of the characters, how would you respond? If I put this scene in front of you, what would you do? So I think it brings a lot of realism. The other thing is I do a lot of reading, and I want to put a lot of good science in there, so I do a lot of research and figure out what the best way to do things and make it real so that you could take these characters, even though they're in outer space, and move them to here.
It seems like a very thoroughly researched world. How did you build such a world and such characters?
So I think when you start with using the things around you, for instance, this martial arts gym that I train in figures heavily because I'm here, I know what's going on. I use the skills that we have here to write legitimate scenes. I have wonderful mentors that tell me this is correct or this is not correct. Same thing, I'm a doctor. So the stuff I write about medicine is thoroughly researched. It's stuff from around my personal environment, so I think it makes it more realistic.
And you mentioned you were a doctor and you were in a martial arts team. Can you tell me a little more about the various other things you do?
Oh, I do all kinds of things. So I'm a mom, and I'm a dog mom too, and I mentor people and try to be a master diagnostician in medicine to try to figure out, to empathize with people and figure out what's wrong with them and try to help them.
And what would you say is your model for success?
So there's teamwork, there's training, there's tactics, and there's trust. And I think all those four things are very important in order to achieve your goals.
Okay. And why now? Like, why did you start writing your books and publishing them now?
It was a time in my life when I had enough built up experience and I had a network of people that I could use as resources for myself. It was also the same time that I was training for my black belt, which I eventually got, and was at the pinnacle of my career as a doctor, and my kids were grown up, getting ready to go to college, so I wanted to explore and try something different. So the next step is I'm working with Pearson Media to come up with some screenplays and possibly have this into either a television series or a movie series, because I think it's an important story to tell. I think people have to know that they're not limited by their surroundings, that although they may have reached what they feel are their limits, if you set goals, you can always achieve those goals. And I think that that's very important. I'm Pachino. I'm a mother, a mentor, a medical doctor, and a martial artist. But my newest career is an author. I've written 3 books: A Change in Tactics, Maiden, Voyage; Icebreaker, A Change in Tactics 2; and Party Crasher, A Changing Tactics 3. I would love for you to read my story and enter the world that I've created. Everybody has dreams, and if you reach for the stars, you can imagine your dreams. Take care and stay safe.